Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So let's talk about driving in New Jersey. If you navigate the Garden State, you already know the drill. Insurance premiums and traffic tickets can literally take a massive toll on your wallet. It's frustrating, right? But what if I told you that just 6 hours of your time could permanently change that math? Seriously. Today, we're setting up a step-by-step roadmap to savings specifically for NJ drivers. We're going to break down exactly how you can use a state-approved defensive driving course to put real money back in your pocket and protect your license. Let's get into it.
It boils down to a pretty straightforward question. Do you want to lower your New Jersey auto insurance and wipe away points? Yeah, I thought so. For a lot of us, car insurance just feels like this fixed, frustrating expense that we can't do anything about. But here's the secret. New Jersey state law actually provides a mechanism for you to take control. By being proactive with your driving education, you literally guarantee yourself a mandatory discount on your premiums. And if your driving record is a little less than perfect, you can actually wipe away administrative points. It's an absolutely undeniable return on investment.
To put a really sharp point on just how valuable this can be, take a look at this number, $525. Ouch, right? In New Jersey, if you rack up 6 or more points on your license, the state hits you with a mandatory surcharge. We're talking a base of $150 a year for 3 years, plus $25 annually for every point over 6. So if you're sitting at, say, 7 points, you're looking at $525 in state penalties alone. No way. But by taking a budget-friendly defensive driving course, you can drop 2 points and instantly remove yourself from that surcharge zone entirely. The financial relief is massive.
Okay, so let's dive into this. Here's our exact 5-part roadmap to unlock these benefits. 1. The defensive driving advantage. 2. Insurance discounts and savings. 3. Point reduction and safety. 4. Finding your perfect course. And finally, 5. Certification and final tips. Let's go.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the defensive driving advantage.
First things first, what exactly does the state require? Well, a defensive driving course here is a voluntary 6-hour driver education program approved by the NJMVC to improve road safety and reduce liability. Now, I really want to emphasize that word voluntary. This is entirely distinct from those mandatory remedial courses, like the probationary driver program they make new drivers take if they get multiple tickets. This voluntary course is specifically for standard, basic auto license holders who just want to proactively sharpen their skills and lower their costs.
And you aren't just sitting there memorizing obscure traffic statutes. You're learning highly practical, real-world survival skills. The course curriculum covers hazard recognition, adjusting to our notoriously unpredictable winter weather, managing the modern epidemic of distracted driving, the physiological effects of alcohol and drugs, and my personal favorite, strategies for managing aggressive driving, which, let's face it, we could all use a little help with on the turnpike. You're basically learning to anticipate trouble before it even happens.
Moving right along to Section 2, insurance discounts and savings. This is what we like to call the carrier pathway.
So state law actually dictates exactly how these discounts work, and it's broken down by demographics. For standard drivers, whether you're a daily commuter or a stressed parent trying to offset the crazy cost of adding a teenager to your policy, New Jersey law mandates a 5 to 10% discount for 3 full years. That's huge, but it gets better. If you're a mature driver, statutorily defined as 55 and older, though some carriers actually start this at age 50, there are specialized senior courses. These focus on the physical and cognitive changes of aging, and they can unlock an even bigger discount. We're talking a minimum of 5% up to a whopping 15% discount for 3 years.
Now, what's really interesting here is clarifying exactly where your savings come from. Your discount isn't just a flat percentage off your total bill. By law, the discount applies to specific mandatory liability lines: personal injury protection, bodily injury, property damage, and collision. It does not apply to excluded coverages like comprehensive or uninsured motorist. Why? Well, because taking a defensive driving course makes you less likely to cause a crash, but it doesn't exactly prevent a rogue tree branch from falling on your parked car in a storm. So an advertised 10% discount on those applicable coverages generally yields an effective total premium drop of about 6% to 8%.
To really ground all this data, consider this real-life success story from the sources we analyzed. Sarah Johnson from Newark said, "Use the NJ point reduction feature and got my 5% state-mandated insurance reduction. Saved over $300 per year by avoiding raised premiums. I mean, that is just fantastic." This isn't just theoretical math, folks. For just a few hours of your time, avoiding rate hikes and securing a premium discount translates to hundreds of tangible dollars staying right in your bank account year after year.
All right, let's shift gears to Section 3, Point Reduction and Safety, also known as the MVC pathway.
To truly maximize your benefits here, you've got to understand the dual-track system and its different renewal intervals. To keep your premium discount active on the carrier pathway, you can, and definitely should, retake the course every 3 years. But for the MVC pathway, which is that sweet 2-point reduction on your driving record, you are strictly limited to using this benefit once every 5 years. It's really important to keep those timelines straight.
So here is the crucial point. The 2-point reduction is strictly for active moving violations that are already sitting on your driver's abstract. You literally cannot take the course with a perfectly clean record and try to bank a negative 2-point balance to offset some speeding ticket you might get next summer. Nope, the state administrative point floor is 0. Those points must be active and exist at the time of your course completion to be removed.
Okay, moving into the action phase. Section 4, Finding Your Perfect Course.
The market landscape for these courses in New Jersey is actually quite diverse, with options broken down into distinct pricing tiers. You've got your budget or mature driver courses, which are incredibly cheap, like $5 to $10. Then there are standard online courses, which run between $20 and $30. These are great because they're fully mobile compatible and let you log in and out at your own pace. And finally, premium or classroom courses, which have physical overhead and live instructors, sitting closer to $40 or $50. But here's the ultimate secret. As long as the course is officially approved by the NJMVC, a $5 course gives you the exact same legal, insurance, and point reduction benefits as a $47 course. You're simply paying for different formats or a little extra convenience.
Now, don't go thinking an online course means you can just wildly click through it in 5 minutes while watching TV. No way. The state enforces some pretty strict biometric and temporal security rules to ensure you actually do the work. The course has a mandatory minimum 6-hour duration. Online platforms use unskippable page timers to make sure you read at an approved pace. You're also going to face random identity verification questions. They might even sneak in a random phrase like, "The boy's toy fire engine was yellow," and then quiz you on it later, just to prove you didn't walk away from your laptop. And finally, you've got to pass a 25-question final exam with an 80% score to cross the finish line.
Which brings us to our final section, number 5, Certification and Final Tips. Let's get you those rewards.
Let's see how this all builds into a totally foolproof 4-step completion process. Step 1. Verify your eligibility. Just ensure you have a standard basic license, meaning you aren't trying to apply this to a commercial driver's license which has different rules. And make sure you haven't taken a course for insurance in the last 3 years or for points in the last 5. Step 2. Actually complete your 6-hour course and pass that exam. Step 3. This part is awesome. For the point reduction, your provider automatically reports your completion directly to the MVC. But Step 4 is totally on you. You must manually submit your downloaded completion certificate to your auto insurer to trigger that premium discount.
And listen, timing is absolutely everything here, so burn this post-course timeline into your memory. By law, your course provider has 10 days to report your graduation to the state. It then usually takes the MVC about 2 to 3 weeks for those 2 points to officially drop off your driver abstract. Meanwhile, you generally have a 90-day deadline to submit your certificate to your insurer. I cannot stress this enough. Do not wait. If you wait too long, your carrier might delay applying your discount until your next policy renewal cycle, which means you are literally leaving money on the table for months.
As we start to wrap up, I do need to share this quick, friendly educational disclaimer. The information provided in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. Because individual insurance carriers have their own complex underwriting algorithms and age brackets, and because state regulations can always update, please always verify your specific details, potential discount percentages, and eligibility directly with your insurance provider and the local NJMVC.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question to close out our explainer today. Are you ready to invest just 6 hours today to take control of your driving record and your wallet? The roadmap to saving hundreds of dollars and wiping away those pesky state penalties is entirely in your hands right now. It's voluntary, it's accessible right from your smartphone, and the return on investment is absolutely undeniable. Stop overpaying for your insurance, refresh your road safety skills, and go start your course today. Thanks so much for joining me.